Let this day where God make am for we. This is the day the Lord has made. Aminye bon keton. Ni jogara bauzim de douceur. Mbochuniga be agatuka. Democracy has never been given on a platter of gold. Amen. Your freedom will never be given on a platter of gold. If we do not, I mean, the zone, you know, to be buried. My amos, you want to come with you and I pro. My resurrection. Gavin was a became with them. I want. A man be born more in therapy, but here I have got a mark. Yes. This day, the day we God will make up for we. I talk say they begin the way they grow. That's some now when I don't know me. Because if I be come out my chambers, say I dey begin working for outside. Now this thing where I be look at this. Southern Cameroon, they don't be slaves for be a hand. Television. Or for years, you don't tell me again. If this country is break into two, now he be responsible. Because we, the English people, they don't push me for war today. Now they resolve this. And I'm glad. I be staying for house. I say, if I hear them on the march, some soldier pass for corner. I will join one for street.
My fellow Ambazonians, good evening for all now. My fellow Ambazonians and friends of Ambazonians, good evening to you all. Today, I have come to all of you. I have very important updates, diplomatic updates, international updates. There are a lot of things that are happening within La République du Cameroon that I have to inform you. So today will be a very interesting day. I have a file for all of you. So welcome everybody. Just welcome and relax, make yourself comfortable, get yourself a glass of water, get yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, juice, something. Just relax. We're going to have a great time. There's a lot that I would like to share with you. So I will be speaking in what they call pidgin. So today, my fellow Ambazonians, I'm going to talk on for pidgin. A lot of things that happen for La République du Cameroon. And so one can give now the intensive updates of the political drama and the games and way that they go on for La République du Cameroon. La République du Cameroon, I want to start, first of all, I think before we want even go for that one first, make a give a very important update. Some news they go on for social media say the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they don't go arrest some soldier them for TTA, for Mumu. I want to tell the Ambazonian people say those things where they talk for social media, na lies, na story them where did it happen. What did it really happen for ground zero? The Ambazonia Defense Forces, all across Ambazonia for all the 13 states, they form big collaboration, good relationship with all the other soldiers them for prepare for the plan with the leader don't lay them out. So the forces them for Momo with some forces them for TTA, the Ambazonia Defense Forces don't reach out for these forces them. The Ambazonia Defense Forces don't actually, these forces where they don't abandon them, they need to take care of them. Now, ADF don't reach out to some of those forces, create a good collaboration relationship with them, and even start for provide weapons and bullets to these forces. So the people who they did for outside, where they had the vex, where they not like the freedom of Ambazonia, and they no want make the forces they come together, collaborate together, and work together for the collective and speedy freedom of Ambazonia. When they don't know now, they say those forces where they be use them for manipulate them and fool them and cause hate among fighters. Those forces now, their eye don't shine, their head don't open, their heart don't open, and they don't collaborate with ADF. Now the reason that way when I don't hear now this story them for outside, there is no such thing on ground zero say Ambazonia Defense Forces go arrest any fighters. Now just because the news on the come up for outside say those forces they collaborate with ADF. And ADF don't help them for provide them with weapons and give them bullets. So those forces now they don't become good forces for Ambazonia. Now the reason that way these people them, where they know one may forces they work together. They can't spread all this news them for outside. So we not disregard this their drama where they make them. We not disregard their drama. Ground zero be focused on the enemy. They be focused on the plan. They be focused. They know why it be important for them to work together. When I don't mind their Jean provocateurs. ADF na papa for all soldier them. ADF na mommy for all soldier them. The general will continue for show friendship and friendliness and brotherhood or sisterhood for all the soldiers them for ground zero. And so too all our commanders, all our soldiers them. And the spirit of ADF that for bring all forces them, may they collaborate, may they work together so that we'll help for end this phase of our liberation faster and quicker. All right? I be just to say my give that small update. Now that I know say when I had you over sweet. Say PS, now what you get for which today? Well, which I get for una today, a lot of drama will happen for La République du Cameroun. Just a lot of drama. So I've been already over the last maybe 1 year or so. I've been on the explain for una and make all this analysis for all una. For tell una say they say La République du Cameroun is the plan for move, they define a way for get Paul Biya out of the way. They plan La République du Cameroun, they define a way. I talk say France. France, this man, now in this. Oops. This man, we will see, now the French ambassador that. Now he run Cameroon. This man. Now he be the president of Cameroon, not be Paul Biya. This French ambassador, now he run the country on behalf of France. So wait till they go on and say, because of the Ambazonian strategy, because of the pressure where Ambazonia don't put on, was strategy for destroy La République du Cameroun economically, was strategy for destroy La République du Cameroun politically, was strategy for destroy La République du Cameroun socially, and was strategy for destroy La République du Cameroun internationally. Because of the Ambazonian strategy, the country that they call and say Cameroon, it don't become one of the most poorest country for Africa right now. Because of our strategy for ground zero and our strategy, our economic sabotage strategy for stop economic exploitation. for Ambazonia and increase the cost of occupation on the occupier. It don't crumble La République du Cameroun as a state. So Paul Biya being a dictator, and I've been already explaining for now, a dictator, that's some person where he get a single ideology. They need to change. They not fit make compromises. That means say if palava day, it no go be like give and take for solve the problem. It must be their way or there is no way. That dictatorship that. So they get a linear mindset. They get a fixed ideology will be part of their identity and now which make them they be a dictator that. Any person who study the psychology of dictatorship, all them, they get the same characteristics. All them. All right? So these people, they not make political compromises because it go against their own nature. And it go against their law of consistency. Because through time, they don't show say they be a certain person, they not fit change. And they not fit justify why they go for change. So because of that, the French government, they don't want Paul Biya anymore. They don't fall out of Paul Biya. They don't fall out of Paul Biya because they don't tell Biya make him make political concession to the Anglophones. Una hear me fine. France, it want make Biya, it make political compromises or political concessions with the Anglophone. They want make it give more power. Make it talk so okay, it go grant them greater autonomy. It go give them some kind of power where they go get their own way for run their own things and for be a little bit independent, but they be part of Cameroon for secure Cameroon as one. So that France, Switzerland, and all these countries, them, they go continue for benefit through for Ambazonia resources through Cameroon, through those their agreement. Paul Biya no want them. Paul Biya no one make compromises. And now that they call it for the international community through France, make it enter into negotiation. He no want them. He soldier them, the people that they give bad advice, they tell you say if you win the war. So the massacre where they cause for Ambazonia and those human rights atrocity, it don't US, England, Germany, they put a lot of pressure for France, say now you get more leverage for Cameroon. First Paul Biya, make can enter negotiation. Or you foresee, make it do a genuine dialogue for bring all the other people then, where they fight this war on a true table. Paul Biya no one do one. He want do na own corny way. So the French, they don't be very tired of Paul Biya. Now they don't tell Paul Biya, say, okay, if na so it dey, we'll get for find a way. So wait till they go on for Cameroon now, they want do something, they want do a constitutional coup d'etat. Wait till they want do one, they want move Paul Biya, keep him for corner. Whether they go kill you, whether they go poison you, that one are their palaver, that one not concern we. How they do them, that one not concern we. Me I only come for can advise you now, give una wait till the come, wait till una get for be prepared for. Paul Biya not been the president of La République du Cameroun anymore. Cameroon not get president anymore. They don't move it, keep him for corner. They define now a nice way for how for move Paul Biya and make the country not scatter. That the thing that they wait for. How they feed one, the country not scatter. I be tell when I say that 3 people, they be look among those 3 people, now which person will be acceptable. The people they be look on, they be looking for replace Paul Biya. Out of those 3 people, then they don't come now to the final person where they think say that person, the most important factor where then they look into for make that decision. Now the decision whether Ambazonian they go accept that person or not. Secondly, whether that person it go feel relate with the people them for Bamileke, with the people them for the north, and the people them for Douala, for the Bassa people them. So they don't come to one singular conclusion. The Cameroon CPDM Baron, where they don't hijack the country. They don't talk say, if they move Biya, them they prefer say they go stand for Frank Biya back. So the French ambassador, they don't all agree. They work on a plan. That the person this. That the new president this was la République du Cameroun. Frank Biya. Frank Biya na the unofficial president for la République du Cameroun. Not before Biya anymore. For behind the scenes, they prepare the stage, they prepare the ground, they prepare all things for make it become official for la République du Cameroun. Now, the problem with the get am now, how you go take a person will not be the president of Senate, not be the president for the parliament. How you go take that person and you can't only say now the new president this was la République du Cameroun. Just like for Chad, how they hijack the constitution. They kill the president and then they bring a Pekin. They suspend the constitution. They suspend the parliament. They bring in the Pekin for Idris Deby. Just like for Chad. Now almost the same game France want plan for la République du Cameroun. They want to suspend the constitution of la République du Cameroun. Bring this almost a coup d'etat, a constitutional coup d'etat. Bring in Frank Biya, where it not fit in within the hierarchy for take over power. And then bring it in, and then create a new model. The only reason we don't want bring Frank Biya in, now for achieve one aim, we will not get for understand. Because Paul Biya don't refuse for enter into a credible negotiation. Now because Paul Biya don't deny for make political compromises with the Ambazonian people them. And accept the plan with the French and their allies. They don't offer them for Paul Biya. Paul Biya don't deny. So the thing say, the calculation where they did make them, now say, Frank Biya be very young. And he be a person where the way he go can present the agenda. He go soften the anger of the Ambazonian people them. Now the whole game this. The whole game. Now for see how that he use Frank Biya for launch the agenda of national reconciliation. Una hear very fine. The reason why they bring Frank Biya in. Now for come put it for front. May I be na the person where he go lead the cry, the beg, the appeal to the Ambazonian people for acts of forgiveness. For can't talk say, we'll be very sorry. For can't talk say, my papa be make big mistake. Una not be deserve for them for declare war for una. We'll be very sorry for all the people who don't kill them. We'll be very sorry for all the houses who don't burn. We'll be very sorry for all the people who don't kill them. For all the people who don't put the stand for bush. We'll be very sorry. But a new chapter this for our history. I don't come now for can't join when I make collectively. Make we fix the palaver. I don't come now for can't listen for una. I don't come now for can't hear when I cry, when I pain. I want come make we start a fresh, make we start a fresh page for our history. I want come make we build a country together. I come now for can solve the problem. I come now for can heal the wounds and dry on tears and from our eye. So that's why they call for a national reconciliation. For fix this country back. And it is in this way that they bring Frank Biya for inside this whole thing. And for make it the architect of national reconciliation because he young. And the way they go training for talk very softly because he not be involved for all the killings. That's why they no one use the Ongute because Ambazonia didn't go accept it. That's why Kavayege Jibril they don't go use it because Ambazonia didn't go accept it. That's why they no one use the one for Senate, Nyat, because Ambazonia they go speak for a face. That's why they no fit send people them like a Tanganji. Because that one said they go even kill themselves. They find a fresh face for can do their beg. For can beg the Ambazonian people them. And talk say one meet up with all Ambazonian leaders. He go talk say one meet up with all the leaders and he want shit down with them directly. The goal now for avoid international negotiation. Excuse me. The whole goal here, the whole this drama, now for make sure say La République du Cameroun, it no go for it no shidon for a negotiation will be supervised by the international community. Now the whole game this or this drama. Because they know say once they enter a credible negotiation, Cameroon go lost. They know. So that's why they play these games. This one mean a lot for our people. That's why they offer this political education. Or they offer this leadership education. They offer these processes of anticipation for all una. For start for prepare una minds ahead. The people they must anticipate the future and then plan for it. So that not take those things, they not take the people then by surprise. Because now high political games and this. So that's why we would go catch them and then we'll bring them, can show now. Right? Now I work that for all now. So now the game that way that they try for play them. But I get one message for our people then. We're not going to play this game with Frank Biya. We're not going to play the game with La République du Cameroun. We're not going to play with the game with Frank Biya. We're not going to play with the game with anybody else. The political drama of Cameroon. Now Cameroon, they are wahala. You don't get anything to do with Ambazonia. We want to make this one be very clear for all them. And we want to be very clear for their masters. There will be no reconciliation with La République du Cameroun. There will be no reconciliation with Cameroon. It no matter who they go bring them as the president of Cameroon, there will be no reconciliation. No, not you know the way the Ambazonian people they go reconcile with Cameroon. No, not you know they will not get anything in common. I will not get anything for reconcile with them. So why did he prepare? Make the year fine. The territory of Ambazonia, it could be defended by any means necessary. So why France, it prepare for move Paul Biya and bring Frank Biya, the leader for a war of independence, if we don't tell we, this same time for 2020, because we already, excuse me, because we already know say this thing will happen. The leader already tell the Ambazonian people, and during that time, the leader launched the program they call and say the total takeover. For prepare the Ambazonian people. Say the day way either Paul Biya die, either they kill Paul Biya, or they move Paul Biya for cheer. That same day, Ambazonians all across the territory, they must go take over all the colonial buildings. The day we would hear, say they don't keep Paul Biya, or Corona don't keep Paul Biya, or Paul Biya don't die, or they don't move Paul Biya and put Frank Biya. Now that day, we go take over Ambazonia. The leader be don't declare them since 2020. So it go be for the day of national insurrection. That the day where all Ambazonian people them, for all the 13 states, they go come up for upside, for all side, capture all the colonial institution them. And our forces, they go capture all the gendarme stations, the police stations, the B camps, and the army camp. The leader will already make this plan for our people then. So today now a reminder, because we get for constantly remind our people them. Anytime when we hear say Paul Biya don't die, that very minute for the entire Ambazonia, when I go here, we go blow whistle. When I remember when we be the blow whistle, yes, that day, it go be na the day where all man go carry whistle. Small time we go start for give instructions. Maybe people they start by whistle then keep them. Because the day they come. The day they come. When at the day where we go blow whistle. When the day where you hear that whistle, maybe you know say the elephant, it don't fall. And at the day that way, Ambazonian flag, it go up for Mount Fako, for Mount Ambazonia, for Boya. And that day, the flag, it go up for Mount Ambazonia, for Fako. Now that day, the flag of Ambazonia go up for up station. All ADF forces, all ADF brigade, they already be trained. They don't teach them. They don't prepare them for the total takeover. So the forces that they already prepare. Now 2 plans they did for table right now. Plan number 1, short-term plan. Paul Biya die at any time. They keep Paul Biya at any time. They move Paul Biya for power at any time. Now plan number 1 that. That plan is called for national insurrection for Ambazonia. The leader already declared them. Now the first plan that. Now that plan, now the fastest way for Ambazonia to forget independence. The day where Paul Biya die, that day, it go be na the day where Ambazonia it gain full independence. So Paul Biya die, it go be na the day of independence of Ambazonia. Because in that day, we go take over the country. The leader and other leaders and the technical experts, they work on this plan. That day, everything about Ambazonia, it go live for internet. Everything go live. The state of Ambazonia go live. That day, Ground Zero go take over Ambazonia. Ambazonia go become an independent country that day. That the first short-term plan this towards independence. Because you don't already defeat them for ground. So when this transition of change of power, it won't take place for La République du Cameroon, they go move most of their soldier them. Just like when I see them for Chad, they go move at least 50% of their soldier them. For send them mostly for Yaoundé, mostly for Douala, for Bafoussam, for all their capital, so that their people no go woke up for street and cause rebellion. So the small soldier them, we go remain for Ambazonia. They no go plenty. That one where people feel just they go just catch them, tie them all, just put their hand for back, just tie them, take all their weapons them. But that one that they work for the forces and that they don't really train the forces. The forces they get good advice, they get good education on how for waiting for do on that day. The second short-term plan. Now the plan for defeat La République du Cameroun on the battlefield. We be very close for totally defeat La République du Cameroun on the ground. We be very close. We be very close for totally defeat La République du Cameroun on the ground. The work will remain over plenty. The work over plenty. Now only a few places we need for knock La République du Cameroun off. For declare total victory on the ground. Because of the strategy. So now the short-term plan them that. Negotiation now a long-term plan. Not be a short-term plan. Alright? Negotiation not be a short-term plan. A short-term plan are between 3 to 6 months. A short-term plan are between 3 to 6 months. And we get that capacity as a people for doing as a people if we just stay focused on this second plan. The first plan, now the easiest plan for our path towards independence. And Paul Biya, we declare war on the Ambazonian people. It will be the blessing. Alright? It will be the blessing for that independence. Paul Biya a blessing for Ambazonian independence. That witch man, that devil, beg will be a blessing. We would take every bad thing, we turn them into good thing. So Paul Biya will be a blessing for Ambazonian independence. His stubbornness, his craziness, a blessing for our independence. For all those bad things we don't do, they don't turn a blessing for Ambazonia. Because you don't feel reverse them anymore. We don't come too far. We don't build enough power on the ground. We don't pass their own. So now the two short-term objectives and that, may all man understand the plan, may all man understand the goal. And so all man get for be very vigilant. When I get for be very vigilant. Man send out this warning. During this period, make no soldier not leave and make some person manipulate you for outside. Say may you go attack other soldier then. Because during this period, a period of temptation. Temptation will come out from the La République du Cameroun. For use their enablers, their infiltrators, their agents provocateurs, for provoke Ambazonians. If they provoke we, and perhaps palaver come amongst within on ground zero, within fighters. Now for Chakara we, so that we lost control of the ground, for give room for Frank Biya in National Reconciliation Plan. Make we understand again. The enemies within. When they work on La République du Cameroun, their plan. Their first plan don't fail. Their second plan, they count out on Frank Biya for offer national reconciliation. Those enemies within, una know them. During this period, na testing times, where they will also instigate infighting on the ground. Just as they don't start make up stories today for outside. So at the appeal for all Ambazonian fighters, not leave and make some person fool use your head. Not leave and make some person fool you, make you go attack other forces. Not leave and make some person use you. After you don't rise up for fight for Ambazonia, for make up stories for you for go attack other forces. So that infighting will be for discredit what people them, discourage what people them, for accept reconciliation with La Republic of Cameroon. So during this period, make all forces them for ground zero. They know say the enemies within us, the infiltrators and their jam provocateurs, the embezzlers of public funds. Now their only weapon of choice that way they get them. For raise money, but never buy one single gun. Now their only weapon of choice that for instigate infighting on the ground. So I want just take this time for talk for soldier them. We not continue for work together. For una collective survival. We not continue for work together. We come reach for the finish line. We not already beat La Republique du Cameroun. Now time for knock them off. We not collaboration with one another. It go save una lives and it go shorten the war for una own freedom. For the fight we don't fight. Live for see the reward of your fight. Live for enjoy the independence. If you make a mistake and you attack any ADF camp, it will be at the end of your life. If you make the mistake and you listen to the enemies within, they use you, give you small money, or even in La Republique, they twist your head. That day go be at the end of your life. All which you don't fight for Gubina, it will be go into waste. Because that day, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, our forces they don't be educated, for also make sure say any person will erase a gun on them, they go raise their own gun on that person too. We not collaborate. And one fight with the fight. We'll be one people with a common objective. One people they don't suffer under Cameroon occupation. One people they don't suffer under Cameroon colonialism of Ambazonia. So why you go fight a war for 4 years and you don't win the war and you live and make some person can't twist your head? At the end of the war, we don't win out. May you go take your own gun, you turn up for your own brother. And you be a coward. Not be a soldier anymore. Stand as a soldier. We stand for protect the dignity of the Ambazonian people. Stand as a soldier. We stand for defend the rights of the self-determination of the Ambazonian people. When they are own right. You soldier will carry gun. You define for your own right. Now for that right, you fight for defend that right. Collaboration are the only thing where you don't keep you alive till today. Collaboration are the only thing we don't save your life till today. We not collaborate. If we need help, if they need to take care of una contact ADF Deputy Defense Chief Capo Daniel. Una contact me. We go contact the leadership of ADF and see how they fit support una if una need get the right support. Una continue for work together with the leadership with General F and the provider for down day, so that all una fit prepare ourselves for the national insurrection, for the takeover, because our fastest way that for the short-term plan for gain our independence. As for Cameroon, the end don't come. The day where they put Frank Bia for that power, that day, as we do already tell una, we don't show una videos of the guitar where the people them for Northeast, for North, the Fulani them, they already prepare them for ting, 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 ting. They wait. When I go here, that day, when I go here, the one we will come up for Western Province. That boy they were the day for Bush, then they prepare their own guitar for Western Province. When I go here, the one they were the day for Douala. When I go here, Wahala day for Cameroon. Which day ahead for Cameroon? They be very ugly. Dark days, the day ahead for Cameroon. Big war, the day ahead of Cameroon. The one hijack constitution. For France, for continue, for maintain a neo-colonialist hegemony for Africa. Well, that one not concern we, it concern the citizens of La République du Cameroon. They will remain for darkness. They will continue for remain for the dark ages, while the rest of the world they move forward. As for Ambazonia, the leader don't talk him. The sun don't rise, and not the way any person if he make that sun make it set. The independence and freedom of Ambazonia, it is for here. Now at the time for we for take over. That is to read this, I be talking about I get them for now. That is to read this, I be talking make I can get this conversation for now, so that all we could be on the same wavelength of thinking, all we could do the same preparation, all we could plan together. All right. For all our defense forces, them for ground, when a cafe day, now when I don't bring with this far, and together, when I go head up for ENA. I want court cafe for our big general for the great state of Mezam. General, ya cafe day up. Ya cafe day up. For all our commanders, with they surround Mezam, when a cafe day up. Commander talk and do, ya cafe day up. Captain Small Pikin, ya cafe day up. All our generals and commanders, when a cafe day up. Some person they call me will take this call for America. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is your brother from America.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the number from America.
Right. Just want to say thank you. I see you're live now.
I'm live. Yeah, you can talk to Ambazonia. It's okay. No worries.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Go ahead. Everyone is listening.
Hello.
Yeah, we are all listening. So even people on Ground Zero are listening through ACN.
Right. I just want to, let Ambazonians know that this topic that you brought forth is very important. Very, very important. Yeah. No matter who is. It's been 60 years. 60 years of subjugation. 60 years of suffering. Yes. It's been 60 years. Yet, we are hopeless and homeless. No matter who is. Our struggle continues. Don't take your eyes off the prize. To all patriotic Ambalanders, put your blood and your sweat into it. Give all your widowed might. For independence is here. been 60 years. 60 years of humiliation. 60 years of forced exile. No matter who is, Ambazonia will blink. It's been 60 years. Yes, 60 years of no development. They call us names. They call us Biafrans. They told us, allez chez vous. Yes, it's been 60 years. No matter who is, fight to go home. Yes, we want to go to our home. Fight for your dignity. Fight for your freedom. It's been 60 years, and we are not looking back. Independence is here, now, or resistance forever.
Amen.
So I want to call on you, Ambalanders. Put your sweat and your blood where the effort is. ADF is doing the best to give us that freedom. ADF is doing a great work. Don't let what happened in church happen in Cameroon to affect your freedom in Ambazonia. Ramp up the defense. Ramp up the defense. Because even if Bia dies tomorrow, we can always take over if we ramp up the defense. Give your widows might. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too small. For diasporans, just $20 a month, $20 every pay period. It's not small. Free your people. Free the people at home. They are suffering. We are not here because we've made our choice to be here. They forced us out of our homes. Free Ambaland so Ambalanders can go home. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ambazonians, now I brought that for America. Nobody for screen. For any person where this message don't touch you, I would just spend a few minutes, take a few calls. For any person who want add a voice for this thing, for any person where this message will talk, it'll be very important for you. Add your voice. Add your voice together as a people. Maybe we'll get this conversation, all right? Now the best time this will be alive, things that did really happen, when I did see them, we did live history. Now this the future there for here. So now number that for on front, when I feel call through WhatsApp, +1 905 782 0911. I go get the time for take a few calls, make people they add their voice. But if you call, please limit your time for only 2 minutes. All right? We'll take a few calls. Some person don't send a message from ground zero. Some person don't send a message from ground zero. They say, my brother, we are now free. We are waiting for the day. He said, I'm waiting for the day with all my heart. God will bless that day for us all. All right? Now, message to the sender from ground zero. All right? So I get time for take a few calls. I get time for take a few calls. If we not get if no calls another day, then I will just leave now with this small video. I leave now with this small video, and then we'll wrap up for the day then. But I get more time. I get 5 minutes for take a few calls.
B na military already on ground. Military this way they control ground zero. AJ the army of the people. When I see them, na military already. We fight war with bow. We fight war with AK-47, G3, M16 chain cutters. Na see them. Nigeria by action. Na see they were part of the battalion in this. Na see them. No be easy. Yes, today the 8th January. So they'll look at so, and they'll believe them. The army this where they control ground zero. Now the army this on ground zero. Now this here.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Good afternoon, sister.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm calling from Ground Zero.
All right, you're calling from ground zero. Go ahead. Do you have something to add to what we've said today?
Yeah, I do.
All right, go ahead, ma. Oh, we don't lose that call from ground zero. Good afternoon.
Hello, brother.
Good afternoon,
Hello,
Mami. Good afternoon, Mami Toride.
Yes, this is my story day, Manajala.
Mami Najala, Mami
I'm so
Toride.
excited. Yes, Papa. We wait when you talk. I've been so excited. May all Ground Zero, or everybody for Ground Zero, go buy their flute. Just keep them for house. Just wait for that day because that day is just near. It's gonna be here. When I buy flute, when I just keep when the day reach, when you hear all man out, all man hold a flute one time because that day is drawing near. It's just around the corner. So when they take it, they will take that bulu, idiot, this can. And when I hear you talk that reconciliation, so my belly just bite. It make me sick. No Ambazonian should respect that. Anybody will go for that reconciliation, they go on their own risk. Nobody, all Ground Zero, please, mommy and papa and sister, them would not avoid all those things. Man, no, any man with the right sense, you know, go take your food, you go for that damn people them. For that place, people they don't kill we. They kill we picking them. Everything we've gone through, they won't come now pretend. So they want to reconcile. Reconcile with who? We are gone. Ambazonia is gone for good. We are gone. 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 Gone.
Yes.
So, Ground Zero, when I listen, my soldiers, them, my fighters, you people are doing a good job. Come and see everybody, whole una area, whole una terrain. Una not agree with that stupid idiot. La Republic Langa. See people they can invade us. Then they want to come now for California, for still take we against France. They can't take we through Pobia with people. Now Nabulu they're supposed to for rule the whole Cameroon. Nabulu, I don't even care about them anyway, that because we are no more them. So we are fighting on our own Ambazonia. So my brother, bravo. I love Ambazonia. I love my people. We not stay tight. We not hold grass tight because we are just close. So we are getting there. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much, Mr. P.S. Look at you, the only brother we have. That is
Thank you,
the
Mami.
job.
Thank you, Mami Najale, Mami Toride.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Ambazonia.
God bless you, Mami.
God bless you too.
All right. That one be being a call from Mami Toride, and then we'll get a call from Ground Zero. Maybe we'll call this comrade from Ground Zero back. All right. We don't come for the end of our discussion. I know we'll take any more calls. For all the people that don't take the time for joining me today, we thank you plenty. For all our people that for ground zero, we cafe day. For all our soldiers them, we place day very high. We thank you plenty. General Efan, your place day. Awo. All right. Lieutenant General Popo, your place day. Awo. Grandpa Devil, your place day, pa. All our soldiers them, one tell us, so be very proud for the work we don't do and for the Ambazonian people them. For just 4 years, when I don't defeat a whole la Republic du Cameroon with their international, all the help that they get from international, from the international system. When I still Adam, defeat them. Even when they go borrow army for Chad, for Congo, for Central Africa, when I so Adam for defeat them. When I be the bravest for this world. And because of that, the entire Ambazonia, on behalf of the entire Ambazonian people them, want to tell una thank you. Say una don't bring me this far. I want to tell una thank you for the sacrifices we una don't put una own lives on hold. Deprive ourselves of basic things and for life. For dedicate ourselves. For liberate an entire generation. We thank una plenty. We thank una plenty. Make this chapter end. All the entire 8 million Ambazonians. That day, we will carry una for up. All una, we will carry una for up. We jake una. Just maybe we'll make a long motor. We go carry all the soldiers them. We work out with them all over Ambazonia. Maybe the other kind of go do them. We don't know what we fit do them for una for tell una thank you. But now only God, if he, the only thing I think say for now, we just love una. And for continue to thank una. But make independence come finish. Maybe we finish this part. And then that day, we'll go make big party for una. Anything una want that, we'll give una. Even if for Muslim, them they talk say if you die, you go for that side. You go get 2072. I know I call them. You get 72 small thing for that side. This one, soldier them, when una finish, una come. Anything, any amount of woman they una want them, we go line, una carry them. for all these years, we una go stay for bush. Anything we una want them. All right, we leave it for here. We thank una plenty for all our people that don't join mommy and papa them for watch with this evening. We love una plenty. When I know say that we do all these things and for make sure say we secure a bright future for all una, for all our papa and our mommy them. Una picking them. We una picking them. We una grand picking them. As we don't promise, we will give una the dignity una deserve and will make una feel very proud. Say the work we una be starting. Una picking them and una grand picking them. They don't woke up to finish their work. For liberate the land and free the people and give the people true independence. So that our people they feel forever they live for a land of happiness, a land will be filled with milk and honey and opportunities. All right? When I get a good night, may God bless all now. May God keep us safe. We'll talk now on Friday. We'll talk now on Friday. If there's any emergency, they will hear from me. All right? Good night.
Don't be mob. Military this way they control ground zero. AJ the army of the people. When I visit them, na military already. We fight war with bow. We fight war with AK-47, G3, M16 chain cutters. Na visit them. Nigeria by action. Na visit they are part of the battalion in this. Na visit them. Not be easy. Yes, today the 8th January. So they'll look at so and they'll believe them. The army this where they control ground zero. Now the army this on ground zero. Now this here, no be mob. It is so under the Supreme General of the ADF. A general by action, no be general by mob. I see battalion, a battalion this. Wow. Ambazonia gonna pray for the beginning there. When I pray for the Supreme General of the ADF, that the battalion there they bring independence of this country. Now in this, when I see them, well equipped. This is the army of the people. The army there they control ground zero. Ambazonia gonna see them. No be it don't be easy, but na God want get power. No be by power, but by the grace of God. Official.
Yeah.
That the biggest of all number that be this.
Thank the egg of C ADF for their handwork. If you not see ADF and egg of C, if you not look and find on a handwork than this, we thank God. Escape! I hear you! Escape! I hear you! Who's your first commandant?